Hello, hello. It's my favorite day. It's Wednesday. It's where we bring you a place. We always talk about one amazing location. I'm Stephanie Gillison. I'm here with Lizzie Molina. We're going to bring to you a very unique place. Actually, we learned this just today, right? St. Lucia is who we're going to talk is the place we're going to talk about today. And it is the only country in the entire globe that was named after a woman. So ladies, listen up. This one's for you. Lizzie, are you excited to talk about St. Lucia?
Absolutely, especially learning that it was named after a woman. I mean, we are the ones who bring people to Earth. So,
We need to have a women's conference in St. Lucia.
yeah,
Idea.
that is a great idea. And we get to be in bikinis and sip on either wellness cocktails or a little alcohol if we're
Wellness cocktails. I love it. Great idea. Great idea.
And so I learned that the only country named after a woman, and what makes St. Lucia so attractive as a destination for luxury real estate buyers and investors.
Well, I mean, come on, the women thing, that's it. That's all it takes, right? No, but let's get serious. I mean, that does bring interest to me for sure, especially any of us that want to empower women. But St. Lucia is just another one of those places that offers that rare blend of stunning natural scenery, boutique luxury, lifestyle-driven developments. It's known for its iconic Pinton Mountains, volcanic beaches and lush rainforests. It attracts buyers seeking both adventure and tranquility. So it's got a growing number of luxury tourism and strong rental yields. And so the government has come up with incentives for real estate investors because they want more and more people to come and invest in the island. So it's becoming an increasingly popular choice for second homes and development projects. St. Lucia's mountains that we're talking about are actually twin volcanic peaks, but they have not been active since way back in 1766. So well over, that was just a steam incident. Okay, Lizzie, but
Yes.
They haven't erupted in 250,000 years. So you don't have to worry and see the word volcanoes and be worried about it at all. But these are opportunities for you to hike, to get up very high, to see views like none other. Look, it's a very unique place. And so why not go there? I think you looked it up and you saw it's one of the top 5 places to honeymoon?
Top 5 places to honeymoon. I mean, if it's a place to honeymoon, it's private, relaxed, and beautiful, because who doesn't want to be in a beautiful place in their honeymoon? But on top of that, I also learned that there's no property tax for the first 5 years on government approved real estate development. So on the investment side, I mean, why not go to beautiful blue Caribbean waters and 5 years of being tax-free?
That's absolutely true. And there's even more incentives for the buyers that are going to come and buy those properties.
What type of luxury properties are available in St. Lucia? Is it waterfront? Can we have something next to a volcano? Like, what can we expect?
All of it. Waterfront villas with private pools and these panoramic sea views. Boutique eco resorts, and like you talked about, wellness-oriented developments where we're having our wellness drinks, okay? Luxury condos within gated communities or resort-branded residents. Private estates with large land parcels for privacy and seclusion. So you can actually buy a home, an estate home, and have some acreage, really giving you that seclusion. Citizenship is by investment. So approved properties that qualify will offer you second citizenship there in St. Lucia. So many properties are designed to blend with the natural surroundings, offering modern comforts with the Caribbean flair. What you won't find in St. Lucia is a ton of just over commercialized properties. And that's why people love St. Lucia, because it's still quaint, it's offering you that luxury, but it's not overpopulated.
And you can still enjoy the hot springs from the volcano without being a tourist influx. And, I feel like if you're going to invest in a second property, especially in somewhere as beautiful, you also want it to feel like home and still like you're a part of the culture. And I think that allows that when it's not over influxed with tourism.
That's right.
Although I did hear that tourism in St. Lucia hit record highs in 2024, making it one of the most lucrative places for short-term rentals and investments in the whole Caribbean.
It did. And, the price per square footage is still much lower than some of the other places that we've covered in the Caribbean. And so that's why we wanted to feature St. Lucia this week. We have property on Airdomo in St. Lucia. So if you're looking to maybe get into this market, we've actually got properties that are available for you to get right into the short-term rental market and maybe save some weeks for yourselves as well.
And how is the process for foreign buyers to easily purchase property in St. Lucia?
Well, if that property doesn't qualify for that CBI, the citizenship by investment, to get that second citizenship, then you just have to apply for what's called an alien land holding license. All right. That is an application process. It is handled through us at Airdomo. We're going to have an attorney do all the filings. But basically, they are making sure that they're not letting bad people into their country. They want to protect it. They want to preserve it. And you're going to fill out an application and it's going to get processed. This usually takes 6 to 8 weeks once you apply. And once that's approved, then you are able to own property in St. Lucia. And so this is a standard process that is in a lot of Caribbean nations with foreign investment policies. St. Vincent and the Grenadines works exactly the same way.
That's the beautiful thing about what we're bringing with Airdomo is the confidence when you're purchasing a second home and not have to worry about these things and get all excited because you're excited to get on a plane and head over. I know from Miami, New York, and Toronto, the flights are very, very close. It's about 3 hours and you're there. So with us helping them with our attorneys and making sure that everything's in order, we can expedite the process for them. And it's exciting because how does St. Lucia Citizenship by Investment Program benefit the property investors? Not only are we helping them get to the point where they can purchase without having to overthink it, but we're also informing them on how it's beneficial for them to purchase.
Well, not only are you getting citizenship in St. Lucia, but you're actually getting visa-free access to 140 plus countries, which is a very unique model. But again, many of the Caribbean islands are encompassed into this. There's no residency requirement to maintain citizenship. We've covered other areas where they want you to come and be there. They want you to stay with a certain amount of time in a given year. Here, they're not worried about that for you to maintain citizenship. So if you truly just buy property for investment and spend no time in St. Lucia, you're not going to lose that citizenship. The opportunity to resell property after a 5-year holding period is absolutely there, and you're not going to generate those large capital gain tax, okay? But they want you to at least hold on to that property for 5 years because they have, one, given that citizenship right to you, and they've given you those tax incentives ahead of time as well. And so, again, there's all these benefits and then holding it onto it for the 5 years. This is ideal for investors seeking global mobility plus that Caribbean luxury.
Absolutely. And the fact that it's only 5 years, 5 years flies by, and you get to have all of those great add-ons besides a beautiful property overlooking the Caribbean or a beautiful volcano or hot springs, you also get citizenship. And now that we're diving into St. Lucia, what are the best areas? If someone's searching on Airdomo right now, where are we telling them to look?
Well, Rodney Bay is the island's most developed marina and entertainment district, okay? So that's going to be ideal for condos and rentals of condos, all right? Cap Estate is your high-end residential area with your golf courses, ocean views, and resort-style villas. So it's going to get a little bit more increasingly expensive. But if you want to play golf or have access to golf, that's where you're going to go. Soufriere, known for its eco-luxury resorts in proximity to the iconic Piton Mountains or hot springs, right? That's going to get you the closest to those. Marigot Bay, that's your boutique harbor community favored by yacht owners and offering exceptional waterfront properties. Here's what's amazing. In and around St. Lucia, you are close to so many other islands, which in fact are their own countries. Part of St. Lucia, you look right across and you are actually seeing St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And these islands and countries are made up of several other islands and countries, okay? And so boating is something that is very, very popular down there because there's so much to explore. And so again, if boating is something that you love, Marigot Bay is that yacht owner area of where you want to be.
Now, you can find me in Marigot Bay. I'm not a yacht owner yet, but it's giving what I need.
When Airdomo takes off, we're all going to be yacht owners, right?
Absolutely.
And then Beaufort is the emerging market. Okay, that is close to the international airport. That's got the long-term growth potential as the tourism expands. So it's a little bit more rural. It hasn't highly developed just yet. But look, St. Lucia is not huge, right? So when we talk about it's a little bit, closer to the airport, but it's further away from Rodney Bay, that's okay because it's just moments, folks, in a car. And so there's just so many opportunities there. There's so many existing properties, and there's up and coming new residences that are being built as well. And Airdomo, we have access to those. And so, each area offers unique appeal, whether you're focused on rental income, private living, or future appreciation. And, whether you go ahead and buy in Marigot Bay and you get the yacht later, it's fine too, right?
Inspiration to work up to the yacht, and who doesn't want to eat fresh fish, wake up to the sun, toes in your sand? And I did note that St. Lucia is the one place where you can buy property with both a view of the Atlantic and Caribbean Sea on the same lot, and few places offer that. With a little touch of a volcano, I would take it.
That's exactly right. And that is why St. Lucia is that rising star for those seeking the natural beauty, luxury living, and investment advantages in the Caribbean. So again, whether you're looking for second home ownership, vacation rental, citizenship linked property, island combination lifestyle, tax incentives, investment friendly policies, it makes it a compelling market to watch. And so definitely, look, we're getting close to launching Airdomo. Airdomo.com, it's coming soon. Talked about it with the team prior to getting on this call, and we're even discussing launching it on Monday. I'm so excited. Lizzie has been dropping amazing properties on our social media. So if you're not following us on Instagram and LinkedIn and YouTube, please do, because we've got some amazing properties coming your way. And look, there's no better way to get your goal than to visualize your goal. And when you see it, you get it, right, Lizzie?
Absolutely. That's all the motivation you need. You wake up and you put that picture of that beautiful St. Lucia property, or you scroll on your Instagram and you make it your wallpaper. It's all the motivation you need. And on Airdomo, you can swift through all of these amazing properties, no matter where in the world you want to find yourself your next property. So I'm very excited for us launching possibly on Monday. So stay tuned and watch our socials, because all of the information will be on there.
Amazing. All right. Until next Wednesday, folks, thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Bye.